What is going on, everybody? BobbyFi with my man Eric Sheets Haber, and we have a fun, exciting week to talk about for golf. We got ready a little early. We're doing the show a little bit early this week, and Sheets, it's quite a slate. It's always fun to play the majors because we get everybody and great golfers at all kinds of prices and stuff like that. Any sort of overall takes before we dive straight into it?
Yeah, man, it's awesome because everybody, when you're finishing your lineup, you love every one of them. It's like you're like, I got 6 guys and they all can win. You feel that way at least,
right?
And then after like a couple of hours, like what? So, but I think it's great. I think that that ownership is going to be spread out all over the place. So I'm not going to be as much of a stickler for getting the 2% guy. If I fall onto one, that's fine. I'm gonna, there are a couple of guys I'm going to avoid due to ownership, but mostly I'm just going to go with who I like, and let it roll. But I'm pumped for it. I'm ready to break it down, and that's about it.
I'm totally into it. All right, let's get into. Why don't you pull up your? Let me do the screen share thing. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, we're good.
Okay, good. Top level guys. Now, just going to bring up one question and sort of get your thoughts on it.
Yep.
Okay, so Rahm with the double COVID, the COVID again and all that stuff, didn't seem like he was having any symptoms, at least when he was playing a couple weeks ago. Is there any argument to fading potentially because maybe, it's golf. It's not the same as basketball where, Westbrook wasn't himself for a month afterwards. Jason Tatum wasn't himself for a month afterwards. It doesn't seem, especially after already having it, I don't know. I'm just looking at any reason why I would want to fade Rahm here because I have he and DJ as significantly my favorites over everybody else with a little nod to maybe throwing Bryson in there.
In the over 10K range, the only 2 guys I'm probably going to play are going to be Rahm. He rates my second best play overall. And so he'll be owned, but everybody will be owned. He'll be 50, probably I have him at 17%, but whatever. Mm-hmm. And the other guy I'll play, I have him ranked a little lower, significantly lower, but he's going to be, but under 10% maybe, and that is the guy you mentioned. That's DJ. I'm not going to play I'm not going to play the other guys. I'm not going to play Bryson. Although if this rough gets really thick and he's literally the only one that has the strength to get it out of it, he's going to have an advantage. Mm-hmm. But aside from that, I'm probably just gonna I just too many just like awesome plays in the mid range that I just don't think I need to play to pay up for 10 for Bryson. But Rahm, I'm definitely in. Yeah, you could make the argument that he might have whatever, but I'm into it. I like Rahm and I like DJ. I like DJ less, but because of the ownership, probably being half of that of Rahm, I'll definitely have DJ.
Yeah, that's where I'm at. Rahm, DJ are my favorites, and did I mention anybody else?
Are we going to be chumps? Are we going to be chumps when we don't play Koepka?
Maybe.
Yeah, right. Like he's gonna win. Right?
Well, just every time there's a freaking big one out there, it feels crazy not to.
I'm not going to do it. I'm just when I talk about this, I'm like, here's the guys I'm playing that have no chance. Here are the guys I'm not playing that are going to win. And I'm not worried about Spieth beating me at 10-9, but I'm definitely worrying about Koepka beating me at 10-1.
I'm here. Yeah, I hear you on Koepka. I might squeeze in like a 5 to 10% or something.
Fair enough.
Just in case.
Fair enough.
It's weird to see Rory below 10K.
Yeah.
It's weird to see. Am I missing? I know he hasn't been at his best, but why is no one going to play Justin Thomas this week?
It's so we're into the 9Ks now.
Yeah.
Yeah, again, I'll shout out to Rick. Rick, dude, you want to know how good Rick is? He actually, is one of his sleepers last week, had Garrick Higgo, like the guy who won the freaking tournament. Freaking the guy's ridiculous. And one of the things he mentioned actually is that if there's anybody who's going to fade, it was going to be Justin Thomas. Like he was like he saw some really bad things about his metrics or whatever. But he's always in play, I guess, for me. He's I don't think no one's going to play him. I think he's a name. I think he's going to get 10 to 15%, as he always does. So I'm not thinking you're putting anything over by playing him. For me, in the 9K range, my two favorites are probably the chalk, like Xander at 9,300. And it's so funny. I keep liking this guy, and he just never wins, right? But in any case, he's rated right now. Again, I have another run to do because we are doing a day early. But right now, I have him as my top guy. He's going to be 20% plus. But I like him the best at the 9K. And the second best guy I have is Victor Hovland, and then Morikawa. And I like them both. And I do like Rory. You mentioned him. I'll throw a couple of more in because I just love this range. Is Patrick Reed. Patrick Reed, very good on this putting surface. And then Patrick Cantlay. So those are my top guys. You already mentioned Justin Thomas. Did I leave anybody out? Probably not. But I happen to like this range a lot. Actually, I did like everybody this range. Right? That's Absolutely. So funny. But they all rank like really high for me. So that's just what it is.
Yeah, and that's the thing as you were saying. I actually think that's the thing. Justin Thomas is probably going to be the lowest owned player in this range.
Yeah, I guess.
And that's what's kind of interesting to me about him. I do like I would go he and Rory and Morikawa as close, but Morikawa is going to be more owned. But my favorite is Schauffele also in this range. I also do like Patrick Reed. I didn't get to Cantlay. I'm not getting to as much Hovland, which probably is a mistake. It's just, again, there's a lot of guys to choose from, and I just sort of prefer the other guys a little bit more. And you get a little bit of an ownership, drop off from him to Reed or something like that. And you certainly will from him to JT. I love Morikawa in general, so I could always change my mind on these guys because they're all so close. And like you said, there is a really good range. So I wouldn't be surprised that's where the winner came from, is from this 9K range. So yeah, I'm in it. How about down in the 8Ks? Who are we liking down here? Because what you said, and again, I'll talk about my other plays. It's not that he's my favorite play, but no one's going to play Koepka. And also hardly anyone's going to play Koepka of all the 10K guys, but no one's going to play Hideki. And if there's one guy who, other than Koepka, who we should not put any real emphasis on recent form or anything, it should be Hideki. I mean, the guy won the freaking Masters after looking like, he was like a 2% owned play that week. He's 8,800. He could easily be 10-8 if a couple different rounds, over the last couple weeks. I like Hideki as the lower owned version in this, the lower owned guy in this slate on this price range. But my favorite would be off the bat, and I hate saying this, but it is Finau. Chalky again. I do like Zalatoris. I like Scheffler. I really like Tyrrell Hatton, and I like that Corey Connors' ownership will drop a little bit. Those are my main guys in this range. How about you?
Yeah, so my top guy in this range is well, ownership aside, is Finau, just like you. But a guy you didn't mention who is just really, the kids still say done me dirty. I don't know. People used to say that.
Yeah, it's okay.
This guy's done me dirty, but he's going to be one of the lower owned guys in this range, and he rates to be like my fourth top play overall, and that's going to be Daniel Berger. God help me. So I like him a lot. Boy, oh boy. Webb Simpson, God help me for that. And like you said, Zalatoris, and those are my favorites. And I like Hatton, he's my next one. So yeah, I like all those because I didn't get quite down to Scheffler. I didn't quite get to Hideki or Oosthuizen or other guys in the 8K range, or Cam Smith or Justin Rose or anybody like that. But I do like Berger quite a bit. So given ownership, I mean, like I'm probably going to have, well, definitely more in the field, but probably kind of a ton. Like I told you, I ran like my first optimal, whatever, and Berger's definitely in it.
Mm-hmm. What about, can I just bring up the thing with Justin Rose real quick? Because here you have another time where he's going to be unowned, and we've seen this happen before when he hasn't been playing or hasn't been playing well. I mean, his last 4 tournaments, he's got 2 top 10s, 3 top 20s, and tends to play really well at tough courses. So I'm sort of open to the Justin Rose and even Cam Smith. I know he's had a couple of bad weeks, but I really feel like, God, if he was 8K and he'd been in the same form he was in, 2 months ago, we'd be seeing him at like 30% owned in this, I mean, he'd be one of the higher owned guys. And he's just, I mean, skipped the last 2 tournaments where he was 69th to 59th. I mean, he what was he, 9, 10, 17, 11, 4 the previous 5 tournaments, and he's 8K, including tough fields. So I like Cam Smith and Justin Rose a little bit as my long shot plays, but not priorities.
In this 7K range, there's 4 guys that I'm going to be playing. Three of them because of my projections and modeling the way I do it, and 4th just because I don't give a crap what my sheets say. I'm going to be playing this other guy. So the guys I'm going to be playing based on what I see are Answer, Fitzpatrick, and Neiman. And the guy that I texted you about this, the guy that I am cramming in regardless of even if he shows up 150th on my sheets, is Sam Burns. Yep. So those are the 4 guys. And why? Again, we're playing GPPs, and yeah, he can miss the cut. He can miss it in fine style. He could play 3 holes and drop out like he did recently, but he has a ceiling, and I'm in. So it's going to be literally those 4 guys. I'm going to be playing the 7Ks. You can make cases for others, but I'm just not doing that. I've always been kind of I've always been kind of fading Charlie Hoffman throughout this run he's had. Jason Kokrak is just too soon off in his win. I'm just not going to do that. Shane Lowry, I'm not doing that at 20%. Not in a million years. I mean, probably fine, but not that ownership. There's too many better guys to play for my money. But those are the guys that I'm playing.
Yeah, it makes sense to me. I actually do like Charlie Hoffman, and I think that the ownership, even though he's getting some attention, is probably not going to be like out of control, out of this world. So I'm okay with it. Look, if you're playing 150, throw Matt Wolff into 1 or 2. But I'm not like prioritizing him here. I did think you were going to bring up a couple other guys. Well, I'll bring up some guys who I like, so that are a little different. I like Neiman as well. I like Answer as well, and I love Burns. I love Fleetwood, as I've talked to you about.
Oh yeah.
I think Fleetwood I really think he makes a run in this tournament. But the guys, I mean, so Fleetwood, Burns, Neiman are my favorite, like my sort of core from this range. Then I think you get into an interesting thing with, I think Max Homa is an interesting play. Harris English is going to be completely unowned. And why? I don't really understand it.
Because he's always unowned. Nobody ever plays him.
But, well, I mean, they played him a little bit last week, and he was good. Obviously it was the weak field, but I mean, he's 7.3. It's certainly something I'm willing to do. I have less fits, but I totally get it. There's just a lot of guys I like. I think Carlos Ortiz, there's an okay argument for him here. Just in good form, and a guy who actually does play well in these tough tournaments, in these tough fields. The guys who I'm worried about not getting to are Streelman, Horschel. Not that anybody's going to play Horschel or Streelman.
There's a lot of guys in this range.
Yeah, but I really think that the Woodland thing is worth looking further at. He's got a good history at Torrey Pines, plays really well in tough field tournaments, is back to playing at least better golf. He's 7.5 in a tournament he could have been 9.5 in, and just stands out as a guy who, doesn't belong down here. And I think Neiman doesn't really belong down here either. I always say, Hovland is better than Neiman right now, but I think that you're getting a very similar golfer for a huge price discount and ownership discount. And then always, just back to my Sam Burns love, along with along with Neiman and Fleetwood. Those are my favorites.
Yep. I got 2 guys under 7K. One is Johnny Vegas. I don't know if you're going to need to do that, but Johnny Vegas, and the other guy who I texted you. Again, this is not showing up on any of my. I'm gonna have to scroll all the way down to find him, but just don't care. I have Patrick Rogers right now at 0.71% ownership. He's got to get a little bit more than that, I suppose. But
that's where he always ends up.
Nonetheless, he's got like the BobbyFi young player upside, right? Still, and he's been doing it, man. He's been putting some decent rounds together, and for better or for worse, he rates along with Patrick Reed as one of the best putters on this particular type of putting surface. So that's good enough for me. But with respect to the like actual numbers and stuff, there's Vegas is like really the only above 7K guy, under 7K guy that I would really get to. I'd have to scroll down to like Lanto Griffin, who I probably wouldn't play. Brandon Steele, maybe. I don't know. But so I'll probably, if I'm going to get to any of the other 7Ks, it'll be Patrick Rogers and Johnny Vegas.
Yeah, the only I totally agree. Those are the two for me. But if I had to include anybody else, it would be Martin Laird, Troy Merritt, and John Huh.
Okay.
But I don't love any of those. I just throwing them out there for the sake of a few under 6K guys.
All right. So who's going to win? And you can pick anybody. You don't have to pick over 10K if you don't want to. I mean, you could if you want, but.
Well, I'm going to sound like an idiot. So let's go ahead and just get that out of the way. I am betting on Tommy Fleetwood to win this tournament, so I'm going to back that up and make a really, really ridiculous claim that Tommy Fleetwood is going to win this tournament.
All right. Well, then.
I want to get weird with it. I'm getting weird with this.
If you're gonna do that, then I am going to. What's his price?
7,500. 7,800.
Then screw you. I'm gonna say that Abraham Answer wins the tournament. How about that?
Oh, okay. I did not expect you to.
That would lay down the law. All right, it sounds good to me. And now we kind of come up with a different under 8K guy for the next part, for the later part. All right,
I've got plenty of them.
All right. So who under 10K? Under 10K?
Yeah.
Yeah, under 10K is going to be top. We got to go top 5.
Okay.
Now we got to get back. We got to get back to reality here a little bit.
Yeah, I'm going with. I mean, if you're letting me go first.
Go. You can go first.
Okay. There's two guys I'd pick. But you know what though? I know you're going to pick Xander. I love Xander too. I'm just going to say Justin Thomas because that would be my next guy.
All right, I'll say Xander.
Okay. So we got JT and Xander.
Okay. Under 9K to get top 10.
Under 9K to get top 10. So now I'm using the 9K guys instead of my other 8K guy, the 8K guys instead of my other 9K. I guess I would say of all the guys, actually, I mean, it's a tough range because everybody's solid, but I'm just gonna take a little bit of the chalk and go Finau.
Yeah, I'm rooting for him, man. I like that guy. But I'll go with since you picked him, I'll take the next guy on my list. I'll go with Berger.
Nice. Okay.
So now we need under 8K to get top 20.
Tyrell Hatton too. I really like. Under 8K to get top 20.
Except for Tommy Fleetwood and Abraham Answer.
Right, Joaquin Niemann.
Love it. I will then take Matt Fitzpatrick.
All right, so Fitzy.
And then the under 7K to make the cut. You can go first. Take whoever you want.
All right, I'll take Rogers just since he's my guy.
All right, so then let me give you another one. Because again, I think Vegas has good like upside. I don't know if his cut making upside. You know what I mean? I don't know if his cut.
I know what you mean. Yeah, same thing with Rogers a little bit too. I feel like.
Okay. You know what? Then we'll get you home with Brandon Todd. How about that?
Okay, I like that actually.
Right, there you go. Okay.
Brandon Todd and one other guy under 7K we didn't mention who I kind of like. I don't like for the tournaments, but if I was going to actually just bet on a guy who makes the cut all the time, and that would be Zach Johnson. Even though I don't love him, I'm not going to be playing a ton of them. Are we missing? Should we have talked? The two guys we didn't mention, who I just wanted to bring up their names real quick: Ian Poulter and what's his name? Why can't I get back to it? He's 8,100. Louis Oosthuizen.
Yeah, I mentioned
Okay.
I didn't like Louis Oosthuizen.
Okay.
I just didn't quite get to him. And Poulter's never a guy I play, especially in tough fields like this. Maybe it's a mistake, but again, like all these guys are like all well-known guys that have upside, you know, that have history. So it's I'm just gonna throw like a random name, like I just scanning at the board. Is any going to be? Oh my God, can you believe Matt Kuchar's in the top 10? No, I mean, he could be there. You know what I mean? There's a lot of guys that could do stuff here.
Right.
But like I say, can't play everybody.
Yeah, I guess just to really quickly recap, I'll just really quick say my favorite overall plays on the slate: Rahm, DJ, Justin Thomas, Patrick Reed, Daniel Berger. You talked me into that one because you've said his name too many times. I have a little rule: if you say it enough times, I've got to do it. Fleetwood, Burns, Answer, Neiman, Fitz, Vegas, Rogers, Todd, Hoffman, Schauffele, Finau, Woodland, Hatton.
Well, since you did that to me, I am now going to add into my play to a good part of my player pool. I'm going to be putting more Tommy Fleetwood in. So like the day that you win an outright bet and I don't have him at least 20% of my freaking lineups today, I have to kill myself. So I will be as much burger as you, Jim, as you force in. I'll be forcing in the same amount of Fleetwood.
Love it.
So we'll get that done.
Sounds good to me.
Good luck, everybody, and let's get somebody through like Thursday even with how about a lineup in the top 50? That's a reasonable like wild expect. You know, that's really unlikely to happen. But if that happens, that's a legit sweat.
Absolutely. Yeah. All right, guys. Well, good luck, and hopefully on Sunday we'll have something to sweat about. Make sure to keep us updated in Discord. We'll be talking a lot of golf all week, so it'll be fun. And yeah, we'll see you guys tomorrow with our next videos.
All right. See you later.